I just want to say that you could download this report for yourself. It's long, it's almost 70 pages, but it's worth the read. It's Sex Imbalances at Birth, Current Trends, Consequences, and Policy Implications. And if you want to get the title of this again, I'll have it up here afterwards, but it would do you good for starters. Sir, on the end.
It seems to me that solving this problem on a national society level is really quite a daunting task. Are there any examples of smaller communities, provinces, things of that nature, where a focused effort has been successful to create an exemplar?
And I can't speak to India, maybe somebody else can, but the one-child policy is like the central policy of the Chinese Communist Party, and people who stand up against it, you know, like I don't know how many people here have heard of the blind activist Chen Guangchen, but he ended up getting detained, tortured, denied medical treatment, and recently came to the United States. He escaped miraculously, and Women's Rights Without Frontiers led that international effort to free him. But I am not aware of a movement inside of China where they have tried to not have a one-child policy and any kind of a success story yet. I think that it's very difficult, because when people speak out against it, then their family ends up getting, the Chinese Communist Party retaliates against them. So I think it's an uphill battle at this point. Now, you know, as you may know, China is having a huge transition in government in November. And so we're all keeping our fingers crossed that maybe the new government will end this policy, because it doesn't make any demographic sense. I mean, obviously, to have a gender imbalance of 37 million extra men causes civil unrest, etc. And then not only that, but they established the one-child policy in '79 because there was a population explosion under Chairman Mao, who had said, people are the strength of China, and the average fertility at that time was 5.9, almost 6 kids per woman. So they were having a population explosion. Then they established this draconian one-child policy, and now the fertility rate is 1.5, well below replacement level. And yet that huge explosion that happened under Mao is now heading towards retirement, and they don't have the young population to support the elderly population. So hopefully the new government in China will end the policy. We'll have to just wait and see.
There are good examples of communities, but my friend Sabiha just showed me a picture in India where they have a parade celebrating girls. I need to ask you which part of the country was that in. It's in today's newspaper.
It was in New Delhi. It was showed up in the Dallas Morning News a couple of weeks ago that they had the International Day for Celebrating Girls, and they were showing this Muslim family, and they were celebrating, and because there's so much pressure against having girls there, so this was something that really was positive on the horizon. It really made you feel good that there is some action being taken. But the sad part is, no matter how much action is taken, like what Rita Banerjee said in the movie, it all boils down to greed. And no matter how much they do, how much they educate the people, and like you said, it's more among the educated class than it is among the poor people. And that is what makes it so sad. That why should this happen? You know, why should this happen? Why this degrading of girls? And then even in the Chinese thing, I mean, they're going about abducting girls now because they want wives for their boys. So what is the problem? Why don't you let them have girls right from the beginning rather than abducting and kidnapping girls at the time that you need them?
Sabiha, can you mention where that picture was and what is it about?
Just one second.
Just say it.
No, I have it right here. Yeah, it's this Muslim girl who traveled by rickshaw on International Day of the Girl Child that was celebrated in New Delhi, India, where parents in a culture that prizes sons were urged to nurture their daughters. So this was a picture that came in the Dallas Morning News, and I just thought that it's a ray of hope in this really, really
And
dark.
I would just want to comment, a ray of hope. All of you remember the Arab Spring for people who lived in the Arab world for the longest time, I don't think they ever believed that there will be the revolutions that we have been seeing. So I believe in hope. I believe when the public opinion, and in this day of internet and social media, I believe that the message that used to take years to get somewhere does not take that long now, and there can be enough pressure to change people's mentality and way of looking at things.